Maurits Zuid, a historical site with cultural significance that houses an immense green capital. However, this green capital is under danger of being lost. The area is being sieved and cleaned. The animals, with fear of their life, flee the haunted terrain. This removal of green capital finds its origin way back. 15 years ago, the planning for project development commenced at the Enka terrain. What was once idolized as a place to live in a green environment slowly lost its ambition. The municipality, project developers and other stakeholders started pushing and pulling on the green capital. The tables turned when 2 monumental oaks were undocumented and had to be removed, to great dismay by the local and the future residents. The measurements for infrastructure and housing are standardized and must be complied with. The green always falls victim and crumbles away. This problem calls for a systemic change of the status quo of project planning, since you cannot have your cake and eat it too. In order to incorporate the ecological and green aspects with the future housing, while safeguarding their place in the future, different issues will be addressed in 4 phases of project development. The planning and governance phase, design, implementation and management phase. Firstly, all stakeholders must be in the same room when the process starts, creating a transdisciplinary dependence on each other. The process is guided by a continuity team to safeguard the quality of the project. Secondly, a robust green infrastructure needs to be placed, with dimensions big enough to house diverse flora and fauna. Above all, trees must have room to grow, which are safeguarded by minimal dimensions. These minimal green dimensions will create a suitable habitat, which must be described clearly and exactly with no room for interpretation. The trees along the future infrastructure will be planted before the dwellings are realized, making them the first inhabitants of the area. Thirdly, these will be documented and hold the same status as a legal person. This environmental personhood would allow green infrastructure to safeguard its future, thereby becoming non-negotiable and being able to sue anyone who puts the ecosystem health of the green infrastructure at risk. These aspects call for a systemic change in the current state of affairs. Plot sizes assigned for developers need to change. This will make the time frame and the project size smaller and easier to coordinate. The public space is in the hands of the public from the start and not handed over at the end of development. At the end stage of management, clear responsibilities will be assigned, based on education and awareness of the future residents, to enable smooth co-management of the ecological living environment, thereby cutting costs for developers, the municipality and residents. So, concrete language, clear standards, non-negotiable consequences and transdisciplinary dependence will leave nobody with the crumbs, but all with a delicious piece of cake.